Ladies and gentlemen, hello, and you are watching TTV News from TayNinhTV radio and television station. And now we come into details. Ladies and gentlemen, speaking at a meeting of key communist level cadres in 2020, Mr. Phạm Viết Thanh, member of the party Central Committee and secretary of the TayNinhTV Provincial Party Committee, suggested that all levels and sectors in the province must turn potential into development opportunities.
Secretary of TayNinhTV Provincial Party Committee Phạm Viết Thanh stressed that TayNinhTV Province has a lot of potential. It's important to turn the potential into opportunity to develop. He said, if the economy of the province does not develop, we have nothing to guarantee that we are for the people, to take care of the people. Therefore, the Secretary of the Provincial Party Committee asked to review policies that have not really come into people's lives to study and judge them, in which commune officials are the closest to the people, so through programs, plans and knowledge updates to really change so that the policy can most effectively reach people's lives.
Ladies and gentlemen, on January 22nd, the delegation of the TayNinhTV Provincial People Committee, led by Mr. Dương Văn Thắng, Vice Chairman of the Provincial People Committee, visited and conveyed New Year wishes to officers, employees at Water Supply and Sewerage Joint Stock Company, TayNinhTV Power Company, and TayNinhTV Urban Construction Joint Stock Company.
At its visit, the delegation listened to representatives of companies reporting their operation situation in 2019, difficulties and obstacles in the operation process, and recommendations to be removed. Accordingly, TayNinhTV Water Supply and Sewerage Joint Stock Company asked for the policy of adjusting water price, assisting the company in site clearance to implement Trảng Bàng water plant. TayNinhTV Power Company also proposed the establishment of land fund to invest in generating stations. Meanwhile, TayNinhTV Urban Construction Joint Stock Company presented a plan to ensure environmental sanitation during Tet holiday, proposed that the bidding for cleaning the environment in localities must ensure on the criteria of the bidding unit. For example, the sanitation unit needs to ensure the criteria of social insurance payment for employees to ensure fair competition, etc. Deputy Chairman of the Provincial People's Committee Dương Văn Thắng recognized and praised the results that those companies have achieved in 2019. Mr. Thắng acknowledged the opinions of the units and assigned the Office of National Assembly Deputies, People Council, People Committee of the TayNinhTV Province to coordinate with functional agencies to verify and advise the leaders of the Provincial People's Committee for the settlement plan. On behalf of the Provincial People's Committee, Mr. Dương Văn Thắng presented gifts to the units and wished on the employees, workers, and relatives of the companies a peaceful and happy Prince.
On the occasion of the Lunar New Year 2020, under the authorization of the TayNinhTV Provincial People Committee, the Department of Information and Communications in coordination with TayNinhTV radio and television station paid a visit and conveyed New Year wishes to press agency paid in Ho Chi Minh City.
The delegation visited units such as Tiền Phong newspaper, Thanh Niên newspaper, Sài Gòn Giải Phóng newspaper, VTV9, Vietnam National Assembly television channel, and Tuổi Trẻ newspaper. On behalf of the delegation, Director of Department of Information and Communication Nguyễn Tấn Đức said that in recent years, the news agencies and radio and television stations have objectively and promptly conveyed a lot of information on the socio-economic situation, security, defense, social order and safety of the TayNinhTV Province. Those units are also effective bridges in the propaganda contributing to the socio-economic development in the province. On the occasion of Lunar New Year 2020, on behalf of the delegation, Deputy Director of TayNinhTV Radio and Television Station Trần Thị Mỹ Linh sent her best wishes to all officials, reporters, editors, and staff of new agencies, radio and television stations. Ms. Trần Thị Mỹ Linh also hoped that the media agencies and those who work in the journalism field in Ho Chi Minh City would have an increasingly closer and stronger relationship with the TayNinhTV Province to promote information and propaganda activities closer to readers and viewers in 2020. On January 22nd, Hòa Thành People's Committee held a standing conference to deploy 2020 tasks for sectors in districts, communes, and towns. The chairman of District People's Committee, Trương Văn Hoàng, chaired the conference. At the conference, the participants discussed to contribute ideas striving to achieve 10% of the targets in specific fields, such as the growth rate of production value of key economic sectors. Among them, the industry construction sector increased by 10.5%, trade service sector increased by 11%, and the agriculture, forestry, fishery sector up by 2%. Budget revenues over 377 billion Vietnam dong, reducing the poor households by 0.3%, maintaining 7 per 7 communes meeting the set of national criteria for health, building Trường Đông commune to meet the new advanced rural standards, recognize Hòa Thành as a district completing the task of building a new countryside in 2020, etc. Mr. Trương Văn Hoàng requested agencies, departments of the district, and the People's Committee of Towns and Communes to focus on building the implementation plan for 2020 with specific goals and solutions, implement synchronous solutions to meet the targets of state budget revenue, strictly control state budget spending. It also needs to focus on implementing action programs under the resolutions of the District Party Committee and District People's Council.
Ladies and gentlemen, in the day just before Tet holiday, when the sky and the earth seem to be in harmony, gently welcoming the rise with the breath of spirit of the spring, which is both sweet and hostile, creating a colorful picture. That is also the moment when everyone temporarily put aside busy works and come back to reunite with family.
Tet holiday is the time for family members to reunite and show warm affection. Everyone gathered together and share what has been in the old year, and together strive for a peaceful and happy new year. In the last day of the lunar year, the markets are busy with suppers to prepare for the 3 days of the lunar new year of the family. Everyone chooses the best things with the desire to have a lucky, peaceful, sufficient, and prosperous new year. A few days before that, all members of the family all take time to clean and repair their house neatly, clean from inside to outside. These cleanups mean to rearrange, eliminate the bad things of the old year, prepare to welcome the new year with lots of resources for the family. On the New Year's Day, if the people in the north eat green sticky rice cake, then the cylindrical glutinous rice cake is an indispensable dish in southern families. Unlike other cases, in addition to the culinary sense, a plum and brown cylindrical glutinous rice cake symbolize the desire for a comfortable life in the new year. As grandparents, we always guide our children and grandchildren to come back home to grab cylindrical glutinous rice cake, make jams, and keep those traditional forever. It's our traditional Vietnamese New Year. For many people, the sweet and juicy taste of jam mixed with the smoke of the kitchen that my mother is cooking all bring us a very unique feeling, warm family affection in the last days of the year. On that holiday, it's indispensable for each Vietnamese family to display a fine fruit tray on the ancestral altar. Each fruit has its own meaning, showing respect, filial piety, and wishing good things for the family. In today's modern life, although I am a young generation, I really cherish the traditional New Year of our nation. And I want my children to celebrate a meaningful New Year reunion. On New Year's Eve, children will go to the Tet market with family, preparing the fine fruit tray together, and they will join me to arrange flowers. Thus will give my children a meaningful New Year. The old year is nearly over, a new year is beginning, wishing that every family could reunite. A complete new year is a joyful one, wishing everyone, every home to celebrate a peaceful and happy new year.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's all for today TTV News. Thank you for being with us and goodbye for now.